Fine. So in this session, we will be dealing with the very basics of the answer writing. Okay, so I have shared 3 questions in every channel, even in the chat box of this meeting. Okay. Apart from integrated batch, Kaizen batch students are also here. So for them, like I might be a new face. So myself, Utkarsh. Okay. So I take care integrated batch, mains students, then interview batch. So somehow you will be finding me in, I will say, almost everywhere in the SOMP. So that was my brief introduction. बाकी मुझे लगता है थोड़ा सा फेमस आदमी हूँ मैं, तो आप लोग जानते होंगे शायद, नाम हम तो सुना होगा गलती से, है ना? तो like what we will do here, we will try to understand the very basics of the answer writing. Okay, how to start and how to decipher. So what happens when you are beginner, or even if you have written a number of mains, there are certain things that you directly start the answer writing. Okay, when you directly start the answer writing, the first dilemma is that are you on the right track? Second, everyone says that you have to start the answer writing from the very first day. Apart from me, I guess I never told anyone to write answers from the very first day. Okay, but now since there is a good amount of time that we have studied, so we have to move towards the answer writing. And before making you to write answers, even for the Kaizen batch students, I would like to tell that your answer writing sessions will be taken by me or guided by myself only. Okay, so classes will be taken by Siddesh sir, but answer writing and all most likely I will be taking. Fine. So my purpose for this session, first to make you understand what to process when you hear the term answer writing. Okay, so we will be dealing 3 questions apart from all the basics that I'm going to discuss today. Okay, and before we move ahead in the terms of answer writing, those who have just joined integrated batch 3, so it might be that you have not studied much, but the basics of answer writing will remain same. Yes, you have to study then write. Okay, so batch 1 and batch 2 students, I guess you guys are well positioned to start answer writing. Even in the batch 3, like some people are there who can start answer writing at least. So as promised, by the mid of the August we will start, because festivities are there, and I am kind of expecting that you guys will not be able to do justice with the targets as well. So yes, I do accept that things will not be that smooth for this week. At least Raksha Bandhan is there, then Independence Day and all, then Janmashtami. So I do understand. So I will be giving you guys 1 week breather as well in terms of target. And once these festivities gets over, we will start answer writing. But single answer that we will start within the mid-August. Okay, as promised. So let's start without wasting iota of second. Whiteboard. Okay. I hope my screen is visible to everyone.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. So, guys, first thing, when we say that we have to, Acha, please pardon me for my bad handwriting. I'm not that good with this. Still, answer writing. So, before I say anything, I would like to have opinion, Rangnath, especially you. Okay. First Rangnath, then I will open the stage. Rangnath, what do you understand when you say you are writing mains or you are going to write answer? What do you means first thought of process क्या होता है mind में?
जो आंसर का जो डिमांड है उसको फुलफिल करना है इन द स्टिपुलेटेड टाइम.
Exactly. Demand, time. 2 keywords for me.
Stipulated.
Yeah. Anything else?
मल्टीडायमेंशनल होना चाहिए और जो भी कंटेंट स्ट्रक्चर है वो सब
ये सब इसका पार्ट है. चलो ठीक है. I will now, since he has directly pointed out 2 words that I have focused, so no more opinions because he has hit the bullseye. So after bullseye, I will be building upon his thought process only. So what is demand? First, quality. Second, quantity. Quality is something which comes with study, revision. Fine. At the same time, quantity, when it talks about multi-dimension, you can be multi-dimension without quality as well. You can write a number of points, no marks at all. So these two things will be required to answer the demand of the question. Second, when we talk about the time, this I am expecting beginners to attain by November. Advanced batch student, beginners, when I say beginners, Kaizen batch students, you can understand the same, that you two are beginner only. Okay. And the persons who are in advanced batch, I am expecting that you get the answer writing in time stipulated manner within October itself. November and somewhere first or second week of October only. That is it. Okay, so time I will not be focusing much today, because as you suggested that these are my targets for the later months. Okay, so abhi time waste nahi karenge hum. Now every time you hear that question is there. So question has always three parts. Those who have accessed the essay session or watched the essay session, they know all the three parts: intro, body, conclusion. What comes here? Any guesses? Just before conclusion and after body? One.
सर फ्लिप साइड.
कौन बोला ये?
सर मैं अजय.
हाँ ऐसे अजय, हाँ ये ठीक है. कैमरा ऑफ है, शक्ल नहीं दिखी तो पूछ लिया इसलिए. ठीक है, आवाज याद नहीं रहती मुझे. अच्छा गाना गाया करो वरना. फ्लिप साइड, ठीक है. This will remain same. So I will divide this answer writing session into two short sessions, like 45-30 minutes only. I won't be taking much of your time today. Like by 8:10 or 8:15 at max, I will free you guys. One more session will be there. Afterwards, we will start with the answer writing. As discussed, first answer will not be evaluated, but will be reviewed. And it totally depends on Russian roulette कि मेरी call कब किसको पहुंचती है. Because right now busy with mains, as you know, quite clear. Okay, so this is a flip side when I talk about it. Okay, now I shall be discussing with you guys what is introduction. Whatever I'm discussing right now, then we will decipher the same with those three questions at least. We will not go into the content, just the overview. Okay, what is introduction? Now I will not ask Rangnath, else he will defeat the purpose of question. Okay, so anyone apart from Rangnath who wants to answer what is introduction?
Sir, may I? Sir.
हाँ, जिसने भी may I पहले बोला वो बोल दो यार.
सर इंट्रोडक्शन में एक तरीके का ओवरव्यू. फॉर एग्जांपल अगर हमसे फंडामेंटल राइट्स पूछ रहे हैं तो सबसे पहले हम इंट्रोडक्शन में ये लिख सकते हैं कि
नहीं, अगला आर्टिकल 19 सस्पेंडेड. नेक्स्ट कौन बोल रहा था?
सर इट्स मीना दाशा.
या
सर इंट्रो में सबसे पहले तो हम ये बताते हैं कि जो क्वेश्चन की डिमांड है, तो क्वेश्चन बेसिकली किस बेस पे बोल रहा है, ठीक है, उसके बारे में हम नोट डाउन करते हैं. देन आफ्टर हम बॉडी में उसको किस तरह से रिप्रेजेंट करना चाहते हैं.
बॉडी पे नहीं जाना है, बॉडी पे नहीं जाना. जितना खाने को मांगा है उतना ही देना है, ज्यादा नहीं देना है.
तो सर बेसिक जो पूछा गया है बस उसके बारे में. देन उसमें क्या हम एक दो पॉइंट एक्स्ट्रा डाल सकते हैं कि क्या हमको
इंट्रोडक्शन में आपका भी आर्टिकल 19 सस्पेंडेड. स्टार्ट अच्छी थी, एंड में पता नहीं कहाँ चले गए. कोई एक्स्ट्रा पॉइंट नहीं डालते.
सर मैं
हार्दिक जो कैमरा ऑन करेगा दिखेगा, सीधी सी बात है.
सर जनरल नॉलेज अबाउट द क्वेश्चन की थोड़ा सा ओवरव्यू
बिल्कुल नहीं. आपका भी आर्टिकल 19
सर
कौन है?
सर
बहुत लोग हैं सर.
अरे बहुत लोग नहीं, मेरे को अभी मेघा दिख रही है अनम्यूट. मेघा बोलना है क्या कुछ?
जी सर. सर आइडेंटिफाइंग द कीवर्ड्स, हम एक व्यू देना चाहते हैं कि आगे हम अपने पैरा में क्या लिखने जा रहे हैं. and basically your introduction should be on a positive side कि yes ये एक question का एक view हो सकता है कि हमें basically examiner को understanding बताने की हम समझ गए हैं।
बस अब आपका भी आर्टिकल 19 सस्पेंडेड। ज्यादा देखो इंट्रोडक्शन छोटा सा होता है, ठीक है, तो ऑलवेज एक मिनट
हेलो
हाँ एक मिनट,
Sir, may
यादगिरी
I?
अभी यादगिरी ठीक है, अभी यादगिरी एक मिनट। इंट्रोडक्शन अगेन, आई एम जस्ट गिविंग यू हिंट, ओके। बिफोर स्पीकिंग ऑलवेज रिमेंबर यू कैन नॉट, means I will not allow you guys to write more than 3-4 lines in introduction. So you cannot answer the question what do you understand by introduction in 3-4 lines. It should be only like 1 word, 2 word, 3 word something. Okay, yes, Yadgiri.
So defining or explaining the demand of the question or representing it any facts or reports like that.
Okay, again something, facts and reports. Okay, fine.
सर may I?
कौन नाम बोला करो, मैं आई मत बोला करो,
सर हरसिमरन।
या say.
Sir, it's a brief information regarding the demand of the topic.
No, facts keywords में आ गया वो, मतलब जो आपने बोला सही है बट वो यादगिरी मेंशन। ओके फाइन, सो यस नयन बोलो।
सर हिस्टोरिकल बैकग्राउंड
वो फैक्ट्स में आ गया, लेकिन एक वर्ड बोला वो यूज कर लेते हैं, बैकग्राउंड। अब एक वर्ड ही बचा है बस, वो कोई बोल देगा डायरेक्ट तो ठीक है, वरना आंसर इज देयर। या
Definition.
Sir, we can define the term.
definition, I will suggest that when you have nothing to say, then only define the term.
Context setting.
Exactly, Akshay. Finally done and dusted. So floor is closed now. This was the word I was looking for. Okay, so the person who started that we have to define the background and one like जिसको मैंने starting में बोला कि starting थी, चला बाद में पता नहीं कहाँ पहुंच गया। The thing was the keyword is
सर मैं थी बेसिक्स बोला था मैंने।
हाँ वही तो कीवर्ड बोलना था, उसके नंबर मिलते हैं, ठीक है, कोई नहीं, मजाक है, ठीक है। कंटेक्स्ट मैथ ही मुझे अभी भी समझ में नहीं आया, मुझे 4-5 स्क्रीन पर लोग दिख रहे हैं बस, ठीक है, फाइन। कंटेक्स्ट, सो नाउ अगेन ऑल दिस डिस्कशन लेट मी सम अप। When we talk about the context, okay, whatever question is demanding, how question demands, someone said keywords, okay, question is giving some keywords. Now when I say context, why those keywords are being used, in what situation or what environment those keywords are used. For example, a keyword is democracy. Whether democracy is being used for defining a feature of India, or it is being used to compare democracy of 2 types, presidential as well as parliamentary. Okay, parliamentary or presidential, what is it? So it will set the context why that keyword is being used. Okay, so if you look to define, guys, if you're not speaking, please mute yourselves, okay, that is like SOP for this session, na? Okay, fine, thank you. Now like for how you will defend your facts and keywords will be used, like how you will defend your context. For example, suppose it is democracy. Can we say that India was democracy before 1947? Can we say that?
सर अगर हिस्टोरिकल बैकग्राउंड में जाएंगे 1947 से पहले तो फर्स्ट रिपब्लिक सर निछावी था।
No,
Ancient time
let's remain in the modern history only, because these are the modern concepts.
सर कहीं ना कहीं कॉन्सेप्ट आया था क्योंकि जब 1947 से पहले 1857 में जो वॉर हुई है तो रिवोल्ट जो हुआ है स्पेशली, तो उस टाइम पे सिंबल के तौर पे दिल्ली को चुना गया था और जो किंग थे उस टाइम पे उनको उस वॉर का सिंबल लिया गया था। तो कहीं ना कहीं डेमोक्रेसी एक माइंड में थी, बट ये कहते ना कि फॉर्चुनेटली वो डेमोक्रेसी पे टोटली दैट वाज
whatever you are talking, it is about the republic, not democracy. When you're choosing someone as symbol, it is about republic, not democracy.
सर डेमोक्रेसी नहीं थी और रिप्रेजेंटेशन का राइट मिला था पब्लिक रिप्रेजेंटेशन
So
का.
can we say that somehow it was related to democracy only? I'm not saying that exact democracy. So if you look, yes, it was democracy present, because however bad Britishers were, they allowed us to criticize themselves, be it in their parliaments. However, that was quite minuscule or a minimum. We cannot, I will say that do very much to them. We cannot punish them. So somehow elements of democracy were there. So with this discussion, I wanted to point out how different terms, keywords are used for the different context. Okay, so that is the context. Okay, facts, reports will help in defending your thought process or answering the demand of question. Okay, again, so background was the word. If you guys have not used context, then I would have used the background. So background, why question is being asked. If you are able to hit this in introduction itself, until unless question is like that, what is GST? Then you have to write definition of GST only. Then you cannot do much. Okay. If you are able to relate the context or dismantle the context, why that question is being asked, whether the recent news or the recent current affairs that led to the framing of that question, or recently celebrated 100 years or 75 years of something led to question, why it is. When you look at the examination, for example, you read a newspaper, not examination. You read a news that president inaugurated or launched a 200 rupee coin on 1500th anniversary of XYZ. So for you, that is not important that the president launched the coin. For bankers, like banking exam students, SSC students, it might be a fact that they have to mug up. But for you, the person that has been mentioned, why he has been mentioned, whether he has contributed to society, independence movement, country in some way or other, that is the context setter for you. If you are able to understand and relate these things, your introduction is going to be top-notch quality. Clear? Any question for or issues, query for the introduction part? Because this is what I expect you guys to have in your introduction.
सर इंट्रो में जैसे कि कोई भी स्लोगन हो गया या फिर कोई मतलब स्लोगन वगैरह कुछ ऐड कर सकते हैं.
See, different like I would have come to this in the later part of the session or the second session, but since you have asked, different paper have different demand. Here, if the question is about society or history, I guess you can use, no use, no use, best use. Okay, I hope I was able to answer your query. Fine.
Yes, sir.
Fine. So any other person else, I will be moving to the interlinkage part or say body part. किसी ने कुछ चैट बॉक्स में तो नहीं टाइप कर दिया, मैं देख लूं 3 मैसेज हैं वहां पे भी.
सर सर मुझे बहुत कंफ्यूजन रहता है इंट्रोडक्शन लिखने में, क्योंकि मेरे टीचर्स जो पहले कोर्सेज में जो मैंने करे हैं ग्रेजुएशन में, उधर बोलते थे कि तुम्हें इंट्रोडक्शन में डायग्राम ड्रॉ करना है और 1 पेज का इंट्रोडक्शन ही लिखना है, तो बहुत कंफ्यूजन रहता है.
नहीं, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. अभी जितना बोल रहा हूँ उतना मैंने स्टार्टिंग में बोल दिया, 3-4 लाइन से ऊपर जाना ही नहीं अपन को. No need to go more than 3-4 lines in introduction. Always remember, I tell every mains student as well, writing bad introduction, bad conclusion deducts your marks. Writing good introduction, good in conclusion does not ensure any more marks. You will be getting your marks if you are meeting the demands of the question. But if you are writing bad intro and conclusion, certainly your marks are going to be deducted. Okay, so this is how it is. Fine. So no queries. Let me move to the interlinkage part. Introduction, body. It is here. We have to say that interlinkage is there. How to do interlinkage? For example, people will ask, सर अभी तो आप बोले कि कंटेक्स्ट वाला इंट्रो बनाओ, अब कंटेक्स्ट वाला इंट्रो बना दूं तो मेरी कहानी कहीं और जा रही है. How to do it? So again, a very specific question. So this kind of questions you will find in YouTube that IAS के सब इंटरव्यू में पूछा गया ऐसा सवाल, but UPSC would never ask such questions. Okay, so what do you understand by the signboards on the road? What do you feel when you see the signboards on the road? Why the signboards are there on the road? Anyone?
सर डायरेक्शंस के लिए
Very good.
या किसी भी चीज को सिंबलाइज करते हो.
नहीं, पहला आंसर ठीक है, बाकी अब सिंबलाइज हो गया, तेल लेना थोड़ा सा हम अवॉइड करेंगे उसको. हमें हमारा मिल गया टर्म जिस पे डिस्कस करना है. दिस इज डायरेक्शन. ओके, व्हेन आई से कि डायरेक्शन हो रहा है, ठीक है, डायरेक्शन मिल रहा है. सिमिलरली यू आर फीलिंग डायरेक्शन लेस हियर. हाउ टू गो, वेयर टू गो. Someone Megha, I guess, keywords are there in the question. So the demands that you have to address, the question keywords that are being mentioned is your signboards. When we will discuss, or I will say see that how it is going on, we will talk more about it. Okay, for now you just understand these are the signboards. So you create a heading just as your signboard, move towards the body. Body, whatever has been asked, mention. As I said, I will not be focusing much here because पूरे साल यही हम focus करने वाले हैं. Okay, right now my purpose is to ensure that how to go about the flow. Okay, then if time permits, Spades allows, flip side just before the conclusion. This is how it is. Acha, one point I missed, but Megha has mentioned, and again after a while I got it that I have to answer that as well. Introduction should always be a positive. It should never be a negative. Negative connotation, negative feeling should not come out of your introduction, even if it has been mentioned in the question. For example, the quality of parliament debates is being degraded. Ghatiya si statement hai. I'm not a very good question framer. Okay, so just understand the statement. Discuss. Now, degradation of parliamentary debate. Now people will start question from the degradation of parliamentary debate. No, your keyword is parliamentary debate. Now, what is the context of parliamentary debate? Anyone? Anyone?
सर पॉजिटिव मैनर में.
नेगेटिव तो मैम मना किया, तो उसके बाद भी नेगेटिव बोलोगे तो यार क्या ही.
सर हेल्दी डिस्कशन,
एक्सचेंज ऑफ आइडियाज.
सर कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट असेंबली
और अकाउंटेबिलिटी.
हाँ, अकाउंटेबिलिटी किसने बोला?
सर मानसी.
किसने?
मानसी.
हाँ, मानसी करेक्ट है. Parliamentary debate is something you are going to hold the, I will say that, people accountable. है ना? That is what we do. That is what we have to understand when I say the context. क्यों कर रहे हैं डिबेट? मजे आ रहे हैं, टीवी पे टेलीकास्ट हो रही है. No, opposition will ask the question, government. अरे why this bill? No, not required. Too much money is being spent. No, we have other ways to do it. This is how we do parliamentary debate. This is what I mean when I say the understanding of the context is necessary. So you tell na, parliamentary debates is one of the tools to uphold the accountability in democracy. एक line का प्यारा सा sweet introduction. One line sweet introduction, as some non-Hindi speaker are also there in the meeting. Got it? This is how we do it. This is the context setting. Now let's move
सर
next. Yeah.
सर जब कॉन्टेक्स्ट सेटिंग का बात किया तो थोड़ा हिस्टोरिकल चीज ला सकते हैं क्या, वही 2-3 लाइन में, कि अकाउंटेबल वाली चीज समझ में आई क्या? हम लोग कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट असेंबली जिस तरीके से फ्रेम आउट हुआ कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन जो डिबेट्स के दौरान, उसको कुछ लाया जा सकता है यहाँ पे हिस्टोरिकल चीज को?
आज एक पेज का इंट्रोडक्शन लिखना तो लाया जा सकता है, एक पेज का तो लिखना नहीं है तो नहीं लाएंगे. You can, you know that the thing is that you have to crisp your make your introduction very short and crisp. If you are bringing these things, means you are going to compromise your words, and you have only 150-160 words to write, max 200 words. So what has not been asked, you are pushing yourself to write those comments, those content which will not fetch you any marks. Just because something seems to be important, it doesn't mean it has to be there on the paper as well. This is why I'm saying that writing a good introduction will not ensure that you are getting any marks, but bad introduction will ensure that you are losing your marks. When you mention all these things, certainly you are going to mention something in the body as well, which is not required at all. Now the UPSC is quite, I will say, lenient on you guys, on us, was lenient on us as well. It is not asking 2-marker question. Else what you will write in 2-marker question, I don't know. This is how it is. Fine. No worries.
Sir, responsibility and function.
Sorry. Responsibility and
Function.
function. It can be related, certainly. Responsibility, accountability go hand in hand. So you cannot separate it actually then. Huh? So yeah, you can use. So this is how it is. Let's move a little bit forward. So your keywords will be acting as your signboard boards. Okay. Then body will be the, I'll say, demand of the question and all. Flip side, whatever question has asked, either to support it or not to support it, means whatever tone you have set in your answer, uska bilkul different tone lena hai while writing the answer. Correct? Bilkul different tone lena, whatever tone you have set. Flip side should not be more than 2 or 3 lines. Again, agar aap flip side mein bhi, if you are writing 4 or 5 lines, then you are compromising your content. Flip side we write just to tell examiner, yo sir, I know this as well, my articulation skills are good, sir. Flip side is not about showing your knowledge. Fine. Before I move to the conclusion part, one more important thing is there. Okay, one more important thing. What is it? Questions are of 2 kinds. ₹10 question, ₹15 question. By the way, these are marks. Okay. So don't say that sir को पता नहीं है, रुपए में नहीं मिलते वहां पे लिखने के बाद. Fine. Bad jokes, huh? ₹10, ₹15. Now here I'll suggest write more points. Rangnath, please do focus here because you will be directly relating it. ₹15 question or say 15-marker question. Intro, some background For example, whatever action you were talking about, can we bring out constituent assembly and all? Little bit can be there, but this stunt should be performed only with proper gears, so that when I say gears, your keywords should again bring back your answer to the demand of question rather than writing anything. At the same time, if you feel that this 15 marker you have more than enough content, write more points again. Now, when I say write more points, it itself quite confusing. I said, kya? It means no if, no but, just start hitting the demand. Just start answering the question. Don't create any kind of background. Don't show that this, that, those. Directly point. For example, parliamentary degradation is there. Yes, it is there. Suppose you are writing in the support. Too much personal attacks. Second, TV footage खाने के लिए काम कर रहे हैं. Means our representatives are keen to get TV footage or politicization, whatever. Third, more vocal people shows more active. Sometimes you will find, I don't know how many of you have ever listened the question of our, or if not watched, listen, you can do on AIR, I guess. Okay, so you will find that those who never speak in the parliament debates, when they raise the question, their questions are so genuine, you will find that these representatives are there, and because of them the democracy is surviving. Also, लात घूसा चलाने वाले तो बहुत हैं दोनों साइड. Fine. So this is how you have to configure. Direct to the point. No why, no where, direct to the point. Okay. This is it. We will more dwell on this when we will be dealing with the body. More such sessions will be there. Like since we are starting the answer writing. Yes, Mansi, after this I will. Okay. This answer writing we are starting in the mid of August and we will continue till January somehow. Okay. For the integrated batch students and for Kaizen until your I will say duration of the batches. Fine. So apart from this, more we will discuss when we'll put more focus on the body. I don't want to talk more about it. Yes, Mansi, now your query.
सर ये जो पॉइंट वाली बात बोली कि लैंग्वेज नहीं लिखनी है, सिर्फ पॉइंट लिखनी है, ये कब लिखना है और लैंग्वेज कब होनी चाहिए सर? ये मतलब
when you have more than enough content, you have to be crisp in pointer format. Language you have to use when you have only in the 15 marker question, or if you don't have anything to write, तब कहानी ही लिखनी पड़ती है, तब हम कुछ नहीं कर सकते ना. Got it?
okay.
Fine. So as promised, last part of the section, how it is. Flip side first, थोड़ा सा देख लेते हैं. Those who have watched the essay session first, I think you must be clear. Flip side is nothing but whatever question is saying, just opposite, you will support. Okay, not more than 2-3 lines, crisp like intro. Fine. I hope this much clear.
सर.
Yes, Hardik. बोलो.
सर जैसे फ्लिप साइड में आपने बताया कि 2-3 पॉइंट्स ही लिखने हैं हमको आखिरी में. अगेंस्ट द डिमांड
2-3 लाइंस, 2-3 लाइंस, एक पॉइंट भी हो सकता है वो. हाँ.
बट सर इफ कोई क्वेश्चन में हम वो टेबुलर फॉर्मेट यूज कर सकते हैं कि एक साइड अगेंस्ट द मोशन, एक साइड विद द मोशन, जैसे करते हैं ना, पॉजिटिव्स एक साइड, नेगेटिव्स एक साइड, वैसा कुछ.
फिर वो फ्लिप साइड नहीं होगा, दैट विल बी द डिमांड ऑफ क्वेश्चन. ओके.
तो सर उस क्वेश्चन में तो फ्लिप साइड आएगी ही नहीं, या
Suppose there is a comparison side, na, then
Yes, sir.
there will not be flip side. True. Whenever you are already comparing two things, how to write positive or negative, then there will be no flip side. So again, it is not present every time. When I say write plus SENT, then it is present. Okay, that is how I write.
So my question, सर फ्लिप साइड मींस कि एक पॉइंट अगर पार्लियामेंट्री वाला जो डिक्लाइन अभी आपने वाला जो क्वेश्चन पूछा था, इस क्वेश्चन में अगर हम रिप्रेजेंट करें तो इसमें पॉजिटिव वे में ये कह सकते कि जो अपोजिशन है,
I got your question.
the
Okay,
lack of
I got your question. In such questions, you will be somehow, देखो इंडिया की डेमोक्रेसी को कहीं क्रिटिसाइज करना नहीं है पेपर में ज्यादा. So first you will say yes, degraded. आप उसके पॉइंटर्स लिख देंगे. We will talk more about the structures in upcoming sessions. Don't worry. Okay, सारा ज्ञान आज नहीं मिलेगा, धीरे धीरे रोज मिलेगा. ठीक है?
सर
तो
एक्चुअली आई एम
बता
नॉट
एक मिनट
व्हाट इज द
या फ्लिप साइड नहीं समझ में आ रहा.
यस सर.
Okay, fine. एक चीज like what's your name?
My name is Natasha Pandey.
Natasha. Okay, fine. Natasha, first thing, what you have to do, ऐसे वाला वीडियो देखा है या नहीं देखा है?
यस सर देखा है.
तो उसमें भी फ्लिप साइड समझ में नहीं आया, फिर मैं उस हिसाब से बताऊंगा. फाइन.
हाँ सर समझ में नहीं आया.
ठीक है, तो यार ये तो पहले ही बोलना चाहिए था ना. कोई इशू नहीं. अगेन सी गाइस, फ्लिप साइड means whatever has been asked in the question, you have to take the opposite side. Okay, suppose if the question is in negative connotation, especially about the core values of India, believe me, you cannot write negative for the core values of India. It is about the parliament, degradation of parliamentary debates. I was talking about parliamentary debates. We are robust democracy, we claim it. Okay, so first we will say that yes, degradation is there. You gave 3-4 points. Now focus, Natasha, like what I wanted to put here. 3-4 points, degradation ho raha hai. Now you will say, because I always say that your question should not be looked upon as negative. Rangnath, please notice it. If you are doing this, only then there was issue. Okay. The criticism, or after mentioning all those points, say this is too harsh to be said, or say this seems to be degraded. जो हमने due to above point, this seems to be degraded, but the real picture is something else. But India shows parliamentary debates in some other ways. So you can mention that parliamentary committees wala point, कि कैसे committees functions. Parliamentary debates is not only about the debate that happens in the parliament. It is also about the committees. It is also about the informal channels. When the people call all party meet, certain legislation रुक गया, all party meet बुला लो चलो. This is the sign of parliamentary things only. How bills are being referred. Okay, so this
role of standing committees like background.
Yeah. That too can be mentioned, committees and all. Fine. अब आप इसमें देखोगे पहले नेगेटिव साइड एड्रेस कर ली, पॉजिटिव साइड एड्रेस करी अच्छे से. ठीक है, इसमें ज्यादा फोकस करना है, नेगेटिव ज्यादा नहीं बोलना, क्योंकि हमें दिखाना है कि हम ठीक हैं. When we have done this, there is no need to write or no room to write flip side. You cannot support. We will discuss where we can write flip side. I have shared 3 questions in the channels. Okay, we will share that. Fine. Oh, let's move forward. After flip side, we shall be moving towards the conclusion. Conclusion, Arav? Yeah.
सर एक डाउट था सर. सर जैसे अभी आपने बताया कि पार्लियामेंट्री डिबेट डिग्रेडेशन का जैसे क्वेश्चन, सपोज फॉर एग्जांपल, तो लास्ट में जैसे अपन जब क्वेश्चन एंड कर रहे हैं, लाइक कंक्लूजन के आसपास है, उसके पहले कैन वी राइट द लाइक कि किस तरीके से, मतलब सजेशन या वेज कि इस चीज को या तो लाइक रोका जा सकता है या like कम करा जा सकता है?
That is conclusion only, ना?
हाँ, that is okay. So that we can include in conclusion, right?
हाँ, we are coming on that only.
Okay, so, sorry sir.
No worries. Fine.
Okay, thank you, sir.
So now, if we talk about the conclusion, you will find way forward in some topper copies if you are looking at. उन्होंने way forward लिखा, 3-4 पॉइंट लिखे, it's okay. Even this is one of the strategy. Okay. But I suggest, even if you are going with this method, like way forward लिखा और 4 पॉइंट लिखे, इस last point को ना paragraph format पे conclusion बना दो. Suppose you have 4 points, write here only 3 points. 4th point to make it conclusion. First way of writing conclusion. Second way, as I said, that introduction to contextual hai. How should we conclude? One point that has been put forward by the Ruchi, I guess. Yes, Ruchi only. Okay, that you have to be futuristic. When she said that how to solve those problems or how to sort it out, she is being futuristic. कि future में वो problem ना हो. So one way is this. How do you see conclusion? Again, opening the floor for next 2-3 minutes.
Sir, again, it should be end on positive note and
Fine.
optimistic like approach.
Positive या optimistic एक ही होगा. हाँ.
Okay sir, positive.
दोबारा नंबर थोड़ी दूंगा एक बार सही बोलने पे अलग-अलग बार.
Okay.
सर कुछ अगर रियलिस्टिक अप्रोच हम लोग बता पाए कि ये अप्रोच अगर हम लोग रखे तो इसमें और बेहतरी करना हम लोग देख सकते हैं.
Sir, we can also suggest some of the solutions कि कैसे उस चीज को और
solutions आ गए यहाँ पे. फ्यूचरिस्टिक में सॉल्यूशन ही हुआ ना, फ्यूचर में सॉल्यूशन तो दोबारा. हाँ,
ऑप्टिमिस्टिक की मतलब ऑप्टिमिस्टिक जैसे है तो हम ये भी कर सकते हैं कि जैसे हमने मानो मेन बॉडी में ये चीज डाली कि ये सब चीजें अभी तक गलत हुई, तो पहले ऐसे कुछ अच्छा हो चुका है तो उसको हम कंक्लूजन में डाल सकते हैं कि दैट दो वी हैव दीज प्रॉब्लम्स बट स्टिल ऐसा भी हुआ है अच्छा, तो उस चीज को हम कंक्लूजन में डाल सकते हैं.
relevant example, point taken.
By writing any successful examples from other countries.
She also said the same thing. Relevant example. So works. I'm not negating. हाँ बोलो.
सर जैसे कि कोई भी क्वेश्चन है तो अगर उसमें कोई भी इशू सामने है तो वी कैन दिस इज इशू राइट नाउ, बट कंट्री जो भी डेवलप कर रही है उससे रिलेटेड कोई भी पॉइंट जो हमें न्यूज में या फिर कोई डाटा, तो हम उसको कंक्लूड करके डाल सकते हैं कि हाँ इस वे में भी काम हो रहा है. तो हम ये नहीं कह सकते हैं कि
whatever is being done, whatever is in process, I will suggest to put that in body, not in conclusion.
Yes, sir.
Conclusion में नहीं.
Okay sir.
जो भी हो रहा है वो बॉडी में होगा.
सर नयन.
हाँ बोलो.
सर मेघा ने जो अभी पॉइंट डिस्कस किया वो तो फ्लिप पॉइंट हुआ ना, तो बॉडी में पहले नहीं.
उसने बोला कि हो रहा है कहीं पे, मतलब हो चुका है कोई एग्जांपल, वो पुट अप कर दो. फ्लिप पॉइंट तो वो है कि उसका जो क्वेश्चन में पूछा उसका उल्टा देना है.
ओके.
ठीक है, अभी हम सिर्फ उसको जो डिस्कस हुआ फ्लिप साइड को अभी छोड़ दो. These things will not be clear. अभी सिर्फ ये बोल रहा हूँ, ये सेशन इसलिए लिया है क्योंकि अब जब सेशन लूंगा तो हम लोगों के आंसर राइटिंग वाले, तो when I will take this, sorry I forget that non-Hindi speakers are also here. Okay, the thing is that when I will take sessions, I am discussing all this just to make sure when I take the direct pointed sessions on the questions, we will be discussing questions and nothing else. Okay, there you should understand whatever I am trying to put forward. Okay, so don't worry, even if you are not getting 100% of the same, it is just the starting. Okay, any more thing that if someone wants to mention?
Sir, writing contemporary issues or examples.
You generally write contemporary issues in the body only. That's what you mentioned.
So
broad conclusion, sir. Like in this parliamentary debate question, we could mentioned that it would help in achieving real democracy like that.
When you have nothing to write, then you write this kind of conclusion. So not recommended. Yeah.
Sir, can we use quotation at end? Sometimes शुरू में लिखते वक्त याद नहीं आता तो end में आ जाता है तो
only in ethics. Only in ethics.
Ethics.
In GS paper, I will not suggest.
Okay, sir.
सर समरी लिख सकते हैं कंक्लूजन में?
नहीं, इतना टाइम नहीं होता। 3 लाइनों में समरी कैसे लिखोगे? 20 लाइन बिल्कुल नहीं।
सर कभी कभी एक फ्यूचरिस्टिक, मान लो हमारे पास पॉइंट है, इफ वी हैव समथिंग कंटेक्चुअल एंड इट इज फ्यूचरिस्टिक एज वेल, तो कभी कभी कंफ्यूजन हो जाती है कि यार इसको इंट्रो में लिखें या कंक्लूड करें इससे।
एग्जांपल
सर फॉर एग्जांपल जैसा आपने अभी पार्लियामेंट वाला टॉपिक उठाया, पार्लियामेंट्री डिबेट्स वाला, सो फॉर एग्जांपल इफ आई हैव अ पॉइंट दैट पार्लियामेंट इज रिफर्ड एज द टेंपल ऑफ डेमोक्रेसी एंड इट्स इंटीग्रिटी कैन ओनली बी अपहेल्ड इफ वी कैन मेक इट मोर अकाउंटेबल एंड लेजिटिमेट, है ना, मतलब समथिंग लाइक दैट। तो अब इसको मुझे समझ नहीं आता कि इंट्रो में लिखें या कंक्लूड,
सिर्फ और सिर्फ इंट्रोडक्शन में। इट इज समथिंग टाइप ऑफ आई से स्टेटमेंट, ओके, और कोटेशन, नथिंग फ्यूचरिस्टिक अबाउट इट। अकाउंटेबल तुम्हें रखनी है। हाउ टू टेक दैट अकाउंटेबिलिटी? ये किसका माइक है यार? बंद कर लो प्लीज। थैंक यू, वरना मैं सबको म्यूट करने वाला था। फाइन, आई डोंट बिलीव इन डेमोक्रेसी, ठीक है, मैं सबको म्यूट कर देता है ऐसे सिचुएशन में। फाइन, सो व्हाट वी हैव टू डू, ओके फाइन। हार्दिक, आई गेस 4 पॉइंट्स आर देयर, व्हाटएवर यू हैव आस्क्ड नाउ ज्ञान गंगा बहेगी मेरे मुंह से और वो कवर हो जाएगा, ठीक है?
ओके सर।
लास्ट पॉइंट दैट विल आंसर हार्दिक्स क्वेश्चन एज वेल, application. It will answer how part. So I will start the Gyan Ganga with the Hardik's questions itself. Hardik, for the conclusion, I'll suggest everyone to be futuristic. Futuristic is the things that they will be solving the current problems. Futuristics are the things that will ensure those problems that are not present right now, even if being present in the future, they will not be there because we have already thought about them. For example, I know that my birthday is coming and I have to throw a huge party. It is not coming, don't ask me for party, I'm just giving a bad example, okay? So I'll start saving. I will do mutual, I will do whatever. Stock खरीदूंगा, but I'll start. So the process of the saving, it is my conclusion and application as well. How it is answering how I will save, investing in stocks. Now I will come to the question as well, don't worry. Okay, futuristic, positive. Again, our conclusion cannot be negative. We have to stop parliamentary degradation. It cannot be a conclusion. Degradation word is a negative connotation. I will not use in my conclusion. Rather, how to differentiate between positive and negative. Since Hardik came first, he will be my example. Don't take it personally. So what happens? Hardik is not studying at all. Okay. And suddenly I give him a call. तेरा बस की नहीं है, तू रहने दे, तू हट जा, छोड़ दे पढ़ाई लिखाई, just stop studying at all. You will not be able to do anything. First thing. Negative. Next time Hardik will see my number on a screen, cut the phone. Second, Hardik, I think we need to improve these accounts. Your economic portion, this portion is I think needs improvement. Directly refer this book, this chapter. Okay, Hardik, this is about the polity. I think you have to focus on the basics to do the constitution at work. Okay, so this is how it is. So now I have given him pinpointed things. if you look at both the conversations, I have criticized in both the things. If I'm telling someone you need improvement, it means you are not doing good. But when I say you are not doing good, I am showing my negative impression on you guys. But at the same time, when I say, yeah, this needs to be improved. This is how, when I said to Hardik that this particular chapter you have to do, this particular page number you have to do, I'm answering how. This is how I'm concluding my call with him. I hope after this, no one will be confused between the how to avoid negative and how to avoid, how to put forward positive view. Fine. Don't take it personally, Hardik. Huh? It's just an example. Okay. Now, I don't know who put it out, but yeah, realistic. Good way of concluding. For example, there is an issue in this country. Farmers issue. What Modi ji and Supreme Court did. Not Modi ji, but Supreme Court. Let's create a committee. A realistic way. Again, it is answering how. When the farmers unrest was there, Supreme Court created 3-member committee. अबे पढ़ा बड़ा है तुम लोगों ने या नहीं? बिल्कुल फेस एक्सप्रेशन है। सुबोजीत सो जा, बेड पे लेट जा, आराम से तकिया रख, 3-4 अपने नीचे सो जा, कैमरा ऑन करके ऐसे बैठा है यार, शर्म आनी चाहिए यार, ऐसे थोड़ी बैठते हैं। हाँ, सीधा बैठ। फाइन। Now coming to the Megha, relevant example. Relevant example again answers how. For example, you are answering that in India needs to, suppose question is on the skill ecosystem of India. Okay. Or now you know that Korea and Germany have attained whatever they have attained just because of skill ecosystem. Fine. So she put it out in her answer. India can learn, not adopt. Adopt again negative है. अबे वहां पे अलग है सब सिस्टम, यहाँ पे अलग है. यहाँ पे पैसे देके पास हुए हैं, वहां पे पेपर देके पास हुए हैं. सीधी सी बात है. Fine. So India can learn from Korea and Germany, especially on the accounts of on-job training, apprenticeship, skill ecosystem. Now you are bringing relevant example. A good way of conclusion. Fine. Application based. For example, question is on science and technology. As I said, these things will be more well tackled when we will do question discussions. That we are going to do on the weekly basis, most likely. Okay. So you are going to see me anyhow. Integrated batch more than once, Kaizen batch at least once in a 10 days, 7 days at least. Fine. कहाँ था मैं? एप्लीकेशन पे. हाँ, बुढ़ा आदमी भूल जाता हूँ थोड़ा सा. एप्लीकेशन. Science and technology question is on nanotechnology. Okay. Talk about how nanotechnology can be used in agriculture. Operations. No need to have a deep cut or something. Just put a nano robot. Remote से game खेल रहा है doctor. Robot goes in, does the surgery, comes out. इतना सा. No blood loss. This is the future. Whatever I'm telling, I have read in an article. ठीक है. कुछ imagination नहीं. I'm not going to write any non-fiction book. Fine. So this kind of application. Suppose there is a commission which has recommended certain things. You can mention those things. कि adopt कर लो ना, implement कर दो ना. That is application of that commission. That can be in conclusion. Fine. With this, I end the basic session of answer writing. Fine. Let me switch off the recording as well as the screen sharing first.